There are 4 laps now to half distance. And there's Piquet smoking. He's in trouble. Piquet, he's off. The second Brabham BMW is out. It has blown, and again we are not going to know whether or not there would have been a pit stop. And on lap 24, Nelson Piquet, thoroughly to prove me wrong, leaves the French Grand Prix rather less dramatically, and there is a replay of it. As he was coming up past Derek Daly, I saw that puff of smoke. There he goes from the back of the Brabham BMW, and that must be the 8th engine that he's gone in 3 days. What a bill for somebody to pay.
Yes, what a great shame. That really was a great pity to lose Piquet, particularly before half distance where we could see if we got a pit stop. And now the Renaults, that puts the 2 Renaults into a truly dominant position in the race. They're well clear of Pironi and the Ferrari. Over 20 seconds, Prost is clear. And so the question now goes as to whether the Renaults are going to be allowed to race each other.
Well, Renault, whilst they have been very unlucky this year, have by and large been lucky in the French Grand Prix. Last year, when the French Grand Prix was at Dijon, it was won by Alain Prost, his first Grand Prix, and 2 years before that, it was won by Jean-Pierre Jabouille, who is now team manager for the Talbot Ligier team. And it looks now as though Renault, having decided to let Brabham BMW get on with it and run their own race at their own pace, are having that decision justified. Lap 34. Arnoux, Prost lead second, Pironi third, Tambay fourth, so it's Turbo's first, second, third and fourth. The 2 Turbo Renaults, first and second. There is the third place Turbo Ferrari of number 28, Didier Pironi, the Frenchman who lives in Paris. There is Alain Prost. René Arnoux there, the race leader. And behind Pironi, still, as I said, Tambay fourth. Keke Rosberg is 25 seconds behind Tambay. And the gap between the only real fight on the circuit as Arnoux goes through to complete yet another lap. This is the battle for 5th position between, in the white and green Saudia Williams car, Keke Rosberg, and this time Michele Alboreto is a little bit closer in terms of time. He is 0.91 seconds behind Keke Rosberg as they go up to the Verrerie, the left and the right. This is very, very bumpy indeed. You can see the back of the car kick up past Salazar's broken ATS car into the chicane. This is a second gear bend. Now into L'École, another left-hander, round the Saint-Baume, up into third gear. Then, as they come out of the apex here, they change up in very shortly, about 10,000 RPM. Now into fourth gear. And Alain Prost and Niki Lauda in, respectively, second and 8th positions with a full lap between them, go through. There's Prost. And number 8 is Niki Lauda, the winner of the British Grand Prix, the world champion of 1975 and 1977, right back on top of his previous brilliant form, and see the way he is hounding Alain Prost in second place. But I don't suppose for one moment that the Frenchman, there is René Arnoux leading, I don't suppose the Frenchman Alain Prost in second place will let Niki Lauda's harassing tactics rattle him for one moment. He's very, very steady-headed, is Alain Prost, under pressure, and he will be running his own race.
Thinking about the championship, Murray, it is in fact very important for Renault that Arnoux does slow down and give way to Prost to give him 9 points if he can, because if Prost picks up 9 points today, we've got a really wide open championship situation. Prost at the moment has 19 points, but that'll take him up to 28 if he can pick up the 9 today. And he, although Pironi, if he finishes where he is, will extend his lead a little bit. The Renault form, if they can finish races, has been such that one would have to say that they are the best turbo car at the moment. But bearing in mind that the Brabham seems to be the quickest. But if Renault can settle down and Prost can start winning from now on in, he will could easily pick up the points difference in the championship and really open it out. Pironi looked to be cruising, but he won't like Prost getting 9.
Lap 52, and that signal has again been given to René Arnoux. He is on his 52nd lap. He's just coming through to complete it as the battle for 5th continues.
I wonder what's going through René Arnoux's mind at the moment. I imagine he's thinking, do I dare or don't I dare? Do I dare pretend I didn't see it? How can I explain to them that I misunderstood it when I get in? For sure he's thinking of every possible way.
Yes, and he's now on his 53rd lap, which is the last lap but one, and the gap between himself and Prost is increasing, actually. It's 19.4 seconds. And Alain Prost has now been given the board for the first time. So Arnoux will know that he's supposed to be slowing up, and Alain Prost will know that he's supposed to be winning. And it's got to happen this lap or the next lap, and the gap between Prost and Pironi, who is in 3rd place, is 20 seconds now. So, on lap 53 out of 54, the question is, who of the two Renault drivers is going to win? Arnoux leads, Prost is 2nd, Pironi is 3rd, Tournbé is 4th, Rosberg is 5th, just ahead of Alboreto, who is 6th. A lap behind, Daly 7th, Lauda 8th, Giacomelli 9th, Henson 10th, Winkelhoff 11th, and Jeff Lees is in 12th place, and Derek Warwick is still going in 15th position, 4 laps behind the leader. This is the battle for 5th, Rosberg and number 3 there, Michele Alboreto. Are we going to see a dramatic last lap with René Arnoux making a very obvious and deliberate move and slowing down as if to say, I could have won, but I was not allowed to? Well, Gerard Larousse, the Renault team head, and Jean Sarge, the team manager, are both sitting very ominously down the board. So there's a official on the line giving a 1 lap to go signal, and he's giving the signal now to Alain Prost, who is coming out of the last right-hander into the finishing straight, and I'm going to give you the gap. Is Arnoux going to slow down? No, it doesn't look like it. It's 19 seconds as Prost goes through, and you are looking at the French Grand Prix race leader on the last lap, René Arnoux. Is he going to win his 3rd Grand Prix, or is Prost going to win his 6th? Here is Prost.
Well, a terrible thing to happen to Arnoux, and really, the outcome of this, if Arnoux doesn't stop, there's going to be terrible repercussions within the team. That they've had their fair share of ups and downs this year, a lot of aggravation because, as we discussed earlier, they haven't been finishing races, and now a situation like this is really more than they need.
Well, Arnoux is going to have to make his peace with the management, and I think it would be very difficult for him to do so, because he has had so much trouble this year that they wanted Prost to win, as James has been saying, for that vital 9 points. Well, there he is. He's well on his way on the last lap now. Patrick Tournbé is through in 4th position, and Keke Rosberg is still ahead of Alboreto.
I think if he is going to slow down, he'll do it right at the end, just to underline the fact that he's getting awfully near the end of the lap now.
Well, I can see him. He's into the last left-hander. He's approaching the last right-hander. He's not going to slow down because the checkered flag is out now. And René Arnoux, to the cheers of the French crowd, wins the French Grand Prix. But are Jean Sarge and Gerard Larousse going to be amongst the applauding crowd? It is a famous victory at last for Renault, who have broken their jinx at, of all places, the French Grand Prix, with a superb 1st and 2nd places after both the Brabham BMWs of Riccardo Patrese and Nelson Piquet went out of the race when each of them had been leading. So Renault came good at just the right time, and the misery that Arnoux and Prost have been suffering has ended. And what a day for France. The French Grand Prix won by Frenchman René Arnoux in a French Renault ahead of his French teammate Alain Prost. Frenchman Didier Pironi 3rd, Frenchman Patrick Tournbé 4th, and turbos in the top 4 places, with Keke Rosberg, the leading 3-litre driver, in 5th place, and Michele Alboreto 6th. That means that Didier Pironi increases his World Championship lead over non-finisher John Watson to 9 points. Prost moves up to 3rd place and Niki Lauda drops to 4th with Rosberg 5th and Patrese 6th. Well, in 2 weeks' time, the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. Another circuit that favours turbos and one for you to see on Grand Prix.